What's up, gamers? Welcome back to part 11, I think, of my control playthrough. So today we're basically going to be starting off with some side content, and then I think we'll move on to some of the main story. So this is probably going to be like a bit of a montage at the beginning of just me kind of exploring this first sector, the executive sector, um, and then seeing what I can find, and then putting all of that stuff together, and then from there we'll continue on with the main story. So yeah, it'll be a bunch of cuts and me finding like different rooms and different secrets and things, just in the executive sector for now. And then eventually we'll move on to like probably, I think, containment and then research and then maintenance. I think is probably how I'm going to do it. So yeah, so we'll probably kick things off with starting off at I think Trench's office, or I guess my office now technically.
They're endangering us by bringing a hiss.
Yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying the series so far. I feel like one of my videos is popping off more than I expected, to be honest. I think it's the meeting Marshall one. Actually, no, it's entering research. I'm pretty sure it's doing really well.
I heard some rangers saying he saved them in maintenance. They were attacked by
Oh,
an
yeah,
kind of
Arish.
hiss, and Arish got them out.
All right, but still, a security guard leading rangers? I
Okay,
don't know if I
calm
like
down.
taking orders from a mall cop.
Wow, what a piece of shit. Anyway, right. So I'm going to kick things off by exploring this area. So I'll see you guys if I find anything new. Okay, so I think we just found something new. So it's just down the hallway from the director's office. Forgot about this door. Security clearance one. Very cool. Hospital office. Document over that. Agent death notification. Dear Mr. and Mrs. Potts, I regret to inform you that your son, Graham Potts, was killed in active duty this past week. Man, poor guy. While the details surrounding his death are classified, I am honored to tell you that he died in service of his country. You can be proud of his courage in the face of danger, and his commitment to protecting our nation against her enemies. He will be remembered by his comrades and colleagues. I sincerely regret the pain this message will bring you. Take some solace in knowing that his sacrifice helped protect the country he loves so much. His effects will be returned to you with all speed. Sincerely yours, Howard J. Murray, Deputy Chief of Communications. Yeah, I imagine a lot of people get those letters. Yeah, there's a lot of death in the FBC. Okay, so that's that room done. So I'll see you guys for the next one.
Back to my office.
Oh, we have a new document?
I just need the door to
Which I
close.
guess I didn't notice. Okay, Pope's promotion. Employee position junior researcher. Outstanding performance. Dr. Darling has personally recommended Miss Poe for a promotion based on her work ethic and assistance in advancing many ongoing research matters. See research reports redacted for breakthroughs resulting from her work. Recommendation. According to her colleagues, Pope has displayed a keen eye for detail and a quick grasp of paranatural concepts. She's professional and diligent, though some of her co-workers complain of social disinterest. The review committee approves this recommendation and promotes Miss Pope to the position of research specialist. Hell yeah, Emily. We stand.
I think you're gonna have to endure the inconvenience a little longer.
Yeah, she definitely deserves a promotion more than anyone, I think, in this building. Fucking cool. Collective unconscious. Did I miss this? I guess I missed this. Collective unconscious is defined as a form of the unconscious that is shared in all human minds. From this arises unconscious knowledge linking us through our ancestral heritage. See Young Report, page 12 to 34. Through this collective unconscious, we unknowingly attribute a series of images and archetypes to all elements of our lives. These archetypes are never fixed, but shift and change in tandem with our species and culture. This internal belief in the power of images, shared by a massive population, is redacted in the creation of, I'm going to assume instrumental, in the creation of altered items and objects of power. The sheer amount of redacted exuded is attracted to the best representation of that image, imbuing a single object with massive amounts of redacted. Theoretically, places of power could likewise be formed by the simple power of sustained collective belief. So that kind of ties back into Alan Wake, right? With the idea of like enough people believing in an idea or a concept that it becomes real. So like Mr. Scratch is an example of that, where people kind of believed that all the kind of rumors and conspiracy theories about Alan turned into like a literal manifestation of like a dark version of Alan in Mr. Scratch. And so also like the dark place and like that sort of thing being created just from the power of belief, which I think is really cool. I like that sort of stuff. It's very Stephen King, like It Chapter 1 and Chapter 2, that sort of thing, where it's like people believing enough in a concept makes it real. But if enough people kind of refuse to acknowledge that concept, then it ceases to exist. but then there's also like cults and things like that, which are interesting. So yeah, I like that kind of story thread connecting different universes together. Okay, we're about the post-note room. Huh, something seems a bit off about this one. I can't quite put my finger on it. Okay. This is like a late game era. I think this was like Clearance level 4, yeah. We have a gold box, which is very nice. Boost in house memory. Okay, document. Sticky note complaint. To whom it may concern, in case you are not aware, something caused a sticky note in my office to duplicate. My office is unusable now. I'll be working from home until this is resolved. Reach me on my cell or home phone. Sincerely, Jay Boza, Vice Chief of Staff. Yeah, it's definitely more than one sticky note now. I don't think that guy's coming back to work anytime soon. But that's funny. I like that. Okay. I feel like at a certain point it'll just keep like duplicating until it just covers the entire room. The entire room will just be yellow, which is scary, but it's cool. But it's also like it also raises the question of like when does it end? Like, does it ever end, or does it just keep going? This room is just gonna like if Control 2 gets made, which I think it is getting made right now. We come back to the FBC. I hope that this room is even more covered in post-it notes. Like it's just full every single like square foot of this building, or sorry, of this building, but this room is just covered in post-it notes. I don't know. That's my like fan theory of Control 2.
Marshall orders us to just sit on our asses and then leaves?
Yeah.
What's
Shut
the
up.
deal?
She
Okay,
must
we're
have
back here.
reasons. She's probably out doing some recon.
I think Emily has some new dialogue. Oh,
How are you
okay,
doing,
no.
Jesse? It
Rachel.
can't be easy seeing Dylan like this.
I'm fine. What can you tell me? Is he still human? Or is he his?
I've taken numerous tissue samples and have tests running as we speak, but from the initial data, he looks healthy. I only see corruption in a superficial way.
What does that mean?
I don't know. This is all new, but if he's like you, maybe Polaris is preventing total Hiss takeover. Or maybe this is just a new form of Hiss. We've already seen how it affects people in different ways.
Dylan told me he let the hiss in. Does that change anything?
Voluntary conversion. I mean, hypothetically, that could affect the mental state post-corruption, as well as the extent of biological alteration. But again, this is new territory for me. I'll need time.
You won't have it. I'm gonna shut down the slide projector. That's how the hiss are getting in. Once I close it, this should all be over.
Jesse, we don't know how this works. If you sever their connection to the source, it could cause a terminal chain reaction. Every Hiss-corrupted individual dead.
Better that than what Dylan is now.
Damn.
I'm shutting it down.
Okay, Jesse.
This has to end. Whatever happens, happens.
I mean, to be fair, she hasn't seen her brother in
Okay, just
knows how
let
long?
me know how I can help.
20 years.
Thank you, Emily.
Still sad though. Yeah, I think it's all the dialogue. Oh shit. You realize there's a document back in. Oh, there's the faller. Yeah, so they did capture footage of it from when they traveled into the actual plane, or when they dove into it. That's cool though. I love that. So yeah, if you remember the footage I talked about in the former episode, there was like the kind of like a slide projector that showed footage of like a giant kind of like spotlight in the sky, and that's what that was. So yeah, very cool. It all ties back. And this is obviously the fungus and the mold and everything. Television proposal. Okay, this is going to be interesting. Okay. Based on the success of America Overnight, we would like to propose the creation of a television series that presents superstition and skeptical thought as entertainment in order to popularize these concepts among the civilian population and create less resistance to redirecting information regarding public paranatural events. We can also use a solid media outlet to test paranatural concepts on civilian audiences, seeing how they react to certain facts presented as fiction in the event that the Bureau ever decides to make certain realities public knowledge. There are various show licenses that we could purchase and reboot rather than starting from scratch. One particular property seems promising, especially considering its content and tone are precisely what we're looking for. is called Night Springs and has been off the air for a few years now. So that's just like direct confirmation that America Overnight and Night Springs are all connected, and the FPC, of course, are all connected. I think specifically, like a detail worth noting is that, and maybe this is like kind of slight spoilers for Alan Wake 2, but I believe the name of one of the DLCs for Alan Wake 2 is going to be Night Springs. So I think that the DLC for Alan Wake 2 is going to tie directly into this particular document, where the FPC has basically created their own version of Night Springs. That we might actually see in Alan Wake 2 specifically, but I think the DLC is going to kind of tap into the FPC and that sort of thing. Like we might actually kind of get to interact with this concept in a huge way in Alan Wake 2, so I really love that. I think that's really cool.
This is Lynn Salvador, head of Bureau Security. I'm making a formal security order due to the incident in April, case number 21HQ593. Improper use of the jukebox altered item led to 2 fatalities. We believe a pair of agents used the jukebox to travel to the quarry threshold and engage in inappropriate workplace behavior. An expedition team found them decomposing at the formation base a week later. At least we found out the jukebox doesn't bring corpses back when the song ends. I'm having the jukebox placed in a secure location in the executive sector. It should never have been accessible to low clearance staff in the first place. The new location's security and proximity to a high-traffic area will prevent misuse, while still allowing for expedition teams to access it when required. See me for any further details.
Okay, so I think so. First of all, imagine fucking in the Foundation threshold. Unbelievable. But I'm pretty sure those 2 people, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure they were they could have been the 2 kind of like lab assistants in Darling's videos that we read the document about, I think last episode. So I think they might have been the people that went to the quarry just to fuck, which is hilarious, but also kind of depressing considering they died. But hey, at least they died happy, I guess. I don't know. Unbelievable. Fucking. Literally fucking. Yeah. Not much to say other than that. I mean, like, really, guys? You couldn't have just, like, not gone into the fucking threshold over there. You could have just gone anywhere in New York City, but you had to go into that one specific dimension. Unbelievable. Okay, new area here. Level 3 clearance. America Overnight results. Nice. Applied by Remy, Denis, or Dennis, Chief Investigator. Okay. The America Overnight program has operated successfully for over redacted years. Originally designed to assist in providing disinformation to the naturally skeptical population of America, it has additionally led to the discovery of numerous AWEs and altered materials by allowing civilians to call in and report their experiences with the paranormal. In fact, America Overnight alerted the Bureau of Redacted and Redacted in its first year of operation alone. In this report, the investigation sector had catalogued and categorized each episode of America Overnight that has resulted in a successful Bureau investigation in order to help AWA clearance analysis. The more redacted results of Night Springs have also been catalogued in a separate report. Interesting. Yeah, I like that they're kind of like tying things back to Night Springs and Alan Wake with regards to the FPC. It's fascinating. The box room. Amazing. This is actually fucking good. Just noticed that. Okay, let's go in here. I'm not gonna enter the jukebox, at least not yet, because it's kind of an optional area and like doesn't really. For me, it's not really worth it. Like I can't really be bothered, to be honest. Plus, like it gives you guys something to look forward to if you ever get the game yourselves. I'm not gonna like play through every single thing, right? There's always optional experiences and things you can experience in your own playthroughs. Okay, here we go. So this is a mold room that we couldn't access before, but now we can. A mold safe room specifically, I should say. Okay, nice. Okay, let's just double check these then. What's this? I'm gonna cost my level while levitating. That is pretty good. I don't know. I'll save that for now. 32%. That was good. Okay.
That's no normal piece of paper.
Oh, okay, so I think this is one of the side quests. Yeah, so moving levels, yeah. So let's knock out one of the altered items.
Okay, we need to know where it's gonna be.
Okay, might as well do this one. Nice.
We need to find more pages.
So there should be some more around here. But also we gotta explore. Right, what's in here? Document fake planes. Dear New York Tribune, airplanes aren't real. I figured out how they do it. The windows are TV screens. The whole thing moves on big tracks like a roller coaster that moves through underground tunnels in the earth. Airports are more like train stations. They do this because the sky is full of monsters that they don't want us to know about. The planes we see in the sky are the monsters. The government made the Earth trains look like the monsters so they could lie to us better. Don't contact me. You know what? I think they have a point. You know, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that they have a point. It's like the whole conspiracy that birds aren't real. That like birds are like robots made by the government or something, which is very funny. I mean, it's obviously very real and very serious, and we should take it seriously, but also, oh boy, I love conspiracy theories. So I'm pretty sure we can go up there now, if I remember correctly. The way to get up. Okay, yeah, that's the way to get up then. Yep. So this is an area of Deadlands that we weren't able to access earlier, which is really cool. I like that. New letter?
We need to know where it's gonna be.
Okay, there we go. Also, the voice of Auntie to soothe us. Yep. Smoking ban. Dear elected official, thanks to the recent smoking ban in my state, I am happy to inform you I will not be voting for you in the next election. As everyone knows, smoking is being banned because the smoke is toxic to the aliens that the government sold our planet to in a secret deal. If humans keep smoking, the aliens won't be able to live on Earth. Our air will be poisoned to them. If you government traders can't stop people from smoking, then you won't get your millions of dollars from the aliens. I have a website. People know what's going on. We're going to keep smoking no matter what. This is a national emergency. Politicians are handing the planet over to alien overlords. We won't let you. We will resist. I will smoke forever. Signed, a proud smoker, rebel patriot. Just like the most quintessentially American thing I've ever read in my life. Oh yeah, Auntie, sing it. Yeah, that's like the most American fucking thing I've ever read in my life. That's funny though. Okay, there's an office up here that we can access. There's so many optional areas in this game, it's fucking awesome. Dear gentlemen of the Society of Sciences, it has been some time since I sent my initial letter. I hope it is not the case that you have dismissed my claims outright. In that hope, I am writing to once more ask you. Sorry, God, I'm so bad at reading. In that hope, I am writing you to once more ask for your help in understanding the oddity that has befallen me in my home. I have recently begun renting a new apartment in the city. The space is nothing special, though for a time I found the isolation quite soothing. Recently, I have begun experiencing a strange occurrence. When I'm in my kitchen, a tiny little thing with not much but a sink, I sometimes lose myself. My surroundings change. I find myself standing on strange dark stone. I stare out at the colorless sky as white as undisturbed snow, terrified of moving. Perhaps this is a brain issue. I think not, as it feels terribly real. This has been occurring for some months now, and I have become frightened of entering the kitchen. If it's not too much of an inconvenience, I would dearly appreciate a visit from one of your professionals to see what they make of it. I await your response with little expectation, but with great hope. Very truly yours, Lorraine Fitzgerald. That is a cool story, though. I really like that one. Very evocative, which is nice. Like, some of these are really silly, but then some like that. Some of those stories like that one are really, really cool. They kind of like give you chills a little bit. It's fascinating. It's the same room, right? That door? Yeah, okay, cool. Well, let's head up the stairs to the final level of Dead Letters, I'm pretty sure. Okay, there's something there. So many nooks and crannies to explore. And this is just like one sector of the building. Cat clock. My clock is shaped like a cat and its eyes move, and I think it's angry, but I keep apologizing and it won't stop. And I said, I'm sorry. But it won't leave me alone. I don't know what it wants. I can't keep apologizing do you see it now? Now too. It told me everyone is here and I need to be careful so they don't see me writing this letter. It wants me to stay with it. Both my eyes on its eyes are moving very fast, but I can't keep going, and I'm worried they will forget about me, so I need to write about this because I can't keep going, but the cat will because of its eyes. Redacted. Oh, holy shit. Very upsetting. So I'm assuming the cat killed that person. I'm assuming that's the cat clock that we saw in, actually, never mind. I think it's the, I was thinking of the lucky cat that we had in Lucky Probability, but it's a different thing. But I think the lucky cat clock is, you can probably picture what that looks like, right? I feel like it's kind of a very common image. Like a black and white cat with its eyes wide open. Like his eyes kind of going left to right, that sort of thing. I don't know. Pinstripe world. Okay. I'm a plaid suit in a pinstripe world. Ad infinitum. But what's interesting is there's a redacted statement in the middle of it. That's really cool. I love like that we just don't know what that is. The mystery of that is really interesting. Like, what could that be? Who the fuck knows? It's like, why is that one line so different than the others? Like, they had to redact it. Interesting. Love how like they fleshed out the world in Dead Letters. It's a really cool little like lore thing that you can only do if you like actually explore around. Which most people probably won't, but you know, it definitely rewards the people that do. Okay. Let's head up the stairs. So this should be the final level, I'm pretty sure. Where the final letter is. Yep. Our whereabouts. Hey, you have questions and the prophets have your answer. If you are truly intrigued, watch the time. We've lost about 45 days in the past 4 years. The shortening of days. This is why the Vatican is a sundial and also simultaneously a keyhole. Another thing while I'm here, if you want the secret to everything, compare plasma next to brain cells. The sun plus moon are composed of plasma, simply light, not planets. After this is cemented in your psyche, ponder the current whereabouts of where you, I, and humanity reside. Cheers! Wow. Definitely. Like, I'm 14 and this is speed levels of complexity that really makes you think.
Okay, we need to know where it's gonna end up.
Because I was just here. That was easy. Very nice. Letters procedure. When was this? 2014. Interesting. So yeah, this is like 2019, I'm pretty sure, is when the game came out and when this takes place. Removing letters. Black rock paneling suppresses the item's effect. A stack of 4 envelopes, each containing a single page of paper. All 4 letters are illegible due to extreme water damage. The envelopes, curiously, do not show any sign of such damage and are covered in messages of love. The items are able to move short distances at a pace of less than redacted and always in a redacted direction. Predictable direction or something like that. This is the first altered item to have multiple separate paths, a fact previously believed to be an impossibility by redacted. A proposal to take the items outside the Alder's house and follow their movement to its final destination is under consideration with the budget committee. Item was found in the Dead Letter archives where the herd was. Wait, what? Assuming that means head, or that's supposed to be head. Where the head archivist found it attempting to escape a filing cabinet. She reports having no record of the item or items in her archive of letters. Interesting. Yeah, I love that there's like all this kind of mysterious lore, like who wrote those letters and like, what were they for? And why they love letters specifically. It's interesting. Anything else over here? Doesn't seem like it, but there's something here. Weird. Oh, there's like a ton of dead letters. The elevator's full of them. Nice. Okay, let's head over here. And then wrap up in dead letters. Jesus. Jump scare. Okay. Yes, I'm not going to use PS that much to be honest because it's like very slow and difficult to use, but it is fun. In Vivid Dreams, the esteemed members of the American Psychiatric Council, I'm writing you to inquire about the significance of dreams in relation to one's mental health. I am aware that there are many books purporting to contain the true meanings of dreams, but I have reservations about their legitimacy. I understand that this is not usually done, but I would greatly appreciate your thoughts on my condition. Ever since I was young, I have had intensely vivid dreams. They only occur sporadically, but in them I witness very strange events. I understand dreams can seem real at the time, but these feel markedly different. Oh, okay. They do not occur often, perhaps only 1 or 2 a year. Last night I had one. I saw a small, empty town. It was utterly dark. There was a lake at its center. Shadows of people moved around me, muttering odd things. A bright light woke me up. I was screaming in my sleep. My wife had been shaking me for minutes before I woke. Because of this recent incident, I decided to seek help. The doctor says I'm physically fine, but I wanted to consult your expertise. Thank you for your valuable time. Yours very sincerely, Richard Boca. Okay, so obviously, once again, Alan Wake tie-in. Lake at its center, shadowy people, a bright light. Like, it's clearly Alan Wake. So yeah, I think that's kind of like an important little detail about Alan in the Dark Place is that like, and the connection between that and dreams is that like, I think Alan, well, he's in the Dark Place, and I don't know if this is something that like you have to kind of like dig up by yourself, like doing your research outside of the game, but like when Alan is in the Dark Place, like his writings can like actually manipulate people's dreams, and like when he kind of writes stories in the Dark Place, like that stuff doesn't actually technically become real, but it does influence people's dreams in the real world, and when they wake up they can remember these things. So I think there's like, so tying things back to Alan Wake, like I think there was a sequel game, or like a kind of like follow-up game to Alan Wake called Alan Wake's American Nightmare, which I can't play because it's on Xbox, but in that game, like the kind of framing device is Barry is like in a motel and he's like sleeping, and sorry, Jesus Christ, I'm very fucking, my throat is not doing great right now. So like Barry is sleeping in a motel and he's like, you know, he's dreaming obviously, but on the TV screen that's playing is an episode of Night Springs, and then it like zooms into that episode of Night Springs, and it becomes like the entire video game, American Nightmare, where it's basically like a story that Alan is writing in the Dark Place, like this entirely fictional story, but it exists within Barry's dreams essentially. Like when he wakes up, he like kind of has a weird sense of what just happened, and so that's basically like the long and short of it essentially. So yeah, like the idea of like Alan's writing kind of affecting people's dreams in the real world, and like that being a way that like Alan can kind of manipulate things into being, instead of like outright shaping reality, which I don't think he can do, but he can like write things, and like, you know, people like Richard Bowden can remember them. I find it very fascinating. Like this dude, there's an absolute metric fuck of lore regarding Alan Wake. that I've only begun kind of like diving into. But like all of this stuff kind of connects, and it's all very interesting, and very meta and layered and like complex and like there's like a lot going on. So yeah, I highly recommend digging into that stuff if you can, because like there are so many YouTube videos on it and like breaking it all down and what it all means and everything. So yeah, it's fascinating. Anyway, we continue. Okay. Banner supplement. 2017. Damn, very recent. Bureau medical staff personally evaluated the injured embassy personnel when they arrived back in the country. While the victims reported cognitive issues, dizziness, and fatigue, further testing by Bureau medics found intense cell damage similar to that of radiation exposure. Agents and research staff remained to take soil samples from the surrounding area, but found no trace of an redacted beyond the health issues of the staff. Communications department disseminated a story of foreign power chain using redacted on the embassy staff, kind of like sonic devices or whatever that one document had, resulting in various health issues that required the embassy to be evacuated. The story successfully took hold, gaining brief international attention. Interesting. Geopolitical conflicts and such. Okay. Right, so yeah, there's this molded area that near the mail room, essentially. Communications above. So yeah, there was this molded room that we could access. Well, we couldn't access earlier, but now we can. Oh yeah. Hidden location discovered. One ability point. Shadow projectile choke. Now I remember the chorus to the song, choke me like you love me like you choke me. Or whatever, however that song went. Yeah, it's been so long since I thought about that. And that's basically all this here. So, it was fun. Yeah, so I finished exploring Central Executive. So basically just gonna upgrade if I can. Actually I don't think I can. Yeah, I need 8 points. But we're basically gonna kind of like wind things down for this episode right now, I think. See if I can upgrade my guns. Nope. I need more remote thoughts. I don't remember where you get remote thoughts. Containment, right? Well, speaking of containment, we might as well kind of head back there, because I kind of want to wrap up this episode by heading back to kind of begin the last story mission. Well, not the last story mission, but the current story mission. I think it's called The Face of the Enemy. Logistics. I think it's logistics then. Yeah, that makes the most sense. So yeah, we're gonna. I'm probably gonna do like story missions in between each exploration mission, each exploration kind of session. So now that we've done Central Executive completely, I'm going to probably do another story mission, do this story mission, and then I'll probably explore research. I think. Yes, so I'll do research. Actually, no, I'll do containment next. Yeah, I'll do this story mission, containment, and then another story mission, and then research, and then one final story mission, and then maintenance. And then that way we'll kind of explore things in between each kind of story mission. We'll kind of keep the story going. So yeah, I'll kind of wrap things up by heading towards P6. I should probably activate that mission. Prime candidate program. Also, we have stuff here that I need to clear out. Great. That was actually really good. Nice. So yeah, let's head through. Incorrect. Let's head through to the Prime Candidate program, and then we'll call that an episode once I get the next checkpoint, I think. Yeah, bit of a short episode. Oh boy. Nice. Nice, okay. Yeah, this should mostly be it. Not too shabby. Balancing like energy and shooting is quite difficult. Who'd have guessed? Okay, so P6 should be up around oh, not P6. Why do I keep calling it P6? The Prime Candidate Program. Okay. So let's go through here. New area unlocked. Oh boy, there's a dot there. Get caught. Did you just sneak up on me? Piece of shit. I saw you. Mirror supplement. Okay. Victoria Mirror. She was admitted to a mental ward for emotional instability soon after relocating to Illinois with her family in 1914. The item only appears on record again in 2006 when the Bureau investigated the sunrise and disappearances in redacted Illinois. Agents found the item hanging in the local library. Contained it quickly, though the missing people of the town were never recovered. Supplementary materials date August 18, 1915. We certified that the case of Mrs. Redacted has shown her to be a lunatic under the reasons of hysteria, bad company, and imaginary female trouble. Jesus. A fixation with the family looking glass is noteworthy. No, not an uncommon matter when considering the female disposition. My face went sexism. Mrs. Carver is a fit subject for the lunatic asylum and will remain in its confines until her affliction is past. Signed, Dr. Redacted. Oh boy. Well, that was a bit too real. Setting. Right. Let's continue on. Damn, it's so cool. Always gets me. Those big block letters.
Prime candidates.
Okay, new hotline. A new hotline just dropped.
After North Moore stepped down, I doubled every effort to find new prime candidates. There was no one. No one but me. That wasn't good enough. I pushed hard. I never wanted the Bureau to end up in that situation again. The Bureau needs a director. Always. When my time reaches an end, I want more options on the table. P1 through P5 were all false leads, dead ends, and
Yeah, I
disappointments.
think one of them was Alan Wake specifically.
Then P6, Dylan Faden. He fell into our arms. No parents, they're gone. Casualties of an AWE.
Oh, interesting.
The boy has exceptional talent. The oldest house will be his home. We'll build him from the ground up. He'll be trained and taken care of. Darling can be in charge of this project. I can't. I'll stay away. I will not fail the boy like I failed my own family. My daughter and my wife. We weren't careful enough back then. Something came home with me.
Oh, jeez.
I took work home. My Susanna got sick. When I realized my mistake, I wanted to bring her here for Darling to do what he could. Kate flat out refused. Civilian doctors treated our daughter, they didn't have a clue. She died.
Yeah.
Kate left me. Same old story. That was a long time ago. The Bureau is all I have now. And the prime candidates are our future. There are two, P6 and P7.
Whoa.
We're spoiled for choice.
I wonder who P7 might be. I wonder what killed Susanna specifically. It's really sad though, but yeah.
The Bureau needs a director. Our future. P6 and P7.
I love the overlay that happens here during these moments. It's really cool. I don't know, that's just like very visually impressive to me. I'd get fucked, dude. Oh boy. Nice, that was good. Nice try. There are a lot of enemies in here. Okay, fuck it. God damn it, where'd it go? There you are. Come on, get back here. Okay, fuck yeah. Now I can kill this fucker. Nice, okay. A little tough, but we got there. Fuck it. Also, very trippy. Love that imagery. Oh my god, the fucking... This fucked my head the first time I experienced it. Gave me like intense, like, me just oh my god, fucking dizzy, feeling a little dizzy. But it's very cool. Yeah, even now, I'm just like, my head is like spinning to the side a little bit. Right, full supplement, here we go. This is what I was talking about. Alice Wake, Mr. Wake's wife. Oh, here we go. This is the big one. Mr. Wake's wife was found during the Bureau investigation. She was interviewed and evaluated. She showed signs of severe mental trauma in the form of redacted memory loss. She was later directed to treatment. It was concluded that she had been trapped in the threshold during this manifestation. Notable individuals still missing after the Bright Falls event are FBI Special Agent Robin Nightingale, interesting, and Dr. Emil Hartman, referred to in The Creator's Dilemma and the file regarding the Culture Link Lodge. Bureau researchers would believe this event was the result of a forceful perception of subjective reality, stemming from Mr. Wake, overlapping on our own. Wake has been flagged as a potential para-utilitarian. In 2011, a book by Clay Stewart, titled The Alan Wake Files, was published by Roundabout Press, New York and Olympia. Agents interviewed Clay Stewart and suspected minor para-utilitarian sensitivity. He was placed under indefinite surveillance. Notes: a monitoring station was established at Culture Lake to alert the Bureau of any future activity. There's a lot to unpack here. So, yeah, so first of all, this confirms that the Dark Place is a threshold itself. It's another dimension. It's a threshold. Alice Wake was obviously found, and she there's a lot of memory loss, the mental trauma from what happened. Nightingale is missing. We'll find out what happened to him in Alan Wake 2. And Emil Hartman is also missing, but we'll find out what happened to him in the second DLC for this game. the whole idea of forcible reality, forcible perception of subjective reality overlapping on our own. So again, that's what I was talking about with the whole dreams thing. Is that like, Wake is able to kind of like manipulate or kind of like slightly, reshape reality a little bit, but not fully, which is interesting from the Dark Place specifically. And then, like I said, Prime Candidate program, he was flagged as a potential candidate. One of the like P1 to P5, he was one of them. And then Clay Stewart is the character that was at the beginning of Alan Wake in the kind of dream sequence at the beginning. He's the guy that like calls Alan over and like tells him to get into the cabin, but then the door closes and then the mysterious shadowy presence kills Clay. But the question was like, was that real? Like, who the hell is Clay Stewart? Like, what's going on? So I guess Clay Stewart is a real person, but he was also able to kind of interact with Alan in his dream, which is interesting, right? So like that's why he has minor parautilitarian sensitivity. And then the monitoring station is going to come into play, I think, in Alan Wake 2, because obviously something big is going to go down in that game. So the NPC is going to kind of be involved and be alerted of what's happening there. But we'll get to that in the second DLC for this game. A lot to unpack with regards to Alan Wake in this one. Oh my god, my fucking head. Just like this is wigging you out as well, right? Like this is so trippy. The shifting corridor. It's so trippy, I love it. I might actually call this an episode here instead of like going further into the Prime Candidate program, because I feel like we're getting into kind of a big kind of section of the game, and I don't have much time to record today, so I'm going to call that an episode soon. Because I kind of want to admire this little section. God, that's so cool. I love that. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to call that an episode here. So as always, hit the like button, subscribe, the notification bell, leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear what you guys thought of this one. Like I know it was a very short episode, so I apologize for that. But yeah, like I said, I don't have much time to record today. So it's all going to be kind of like a montage of like me just exploring Central Executive, essentially, or the Executive Sector, I should say. Like the side quest and that sort of thing, and then kind of heading back into this main quest. So yeah, like let me know what you thought down in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys for part 12, I believe, of my Control playthrough.